Data is only one of the themes and topics of interest in the SOF community here. Luke Focer of Cellebrite told me about the themes and topics he's taking away from this conference.
Honestly, I think some of the major themes are disseminated through the National Defense Strategy, and truly that the priorities in the world right now with one, integrated deterrence and focusing on the PRC, China, Russia, and then the combating violent extremist organizations. That's coming all the way down to the operator level, and the operators just care that they're being supported properly by industry, academia, and their command. And you just see that sandwiched in between the operator and the commander, and it's beautiful how it works. Coming from this community, I experienced it myself right on the ground and on the front lines.
Has the shift in the National Defense Strategy, the last two of them, changed the way that those people that you just described go about seeking help for their solutions from industry?
I would say slightly. SOF has always been doing what SOF has done. You know, what's in the news, what people think is important. There's a war going on, there's not a war going on. Special Operations Forces are always doing the mission. They are always on cycle, they are always forward deployed in countries all around the world. So from our outsider perspective, yeah, there's definitely, there looks like a shift, but in reality, I think within the SOCOM enterprise, there's very little shift. We're just, it's a slight shift to just, you know, work on a different geographical area.
Mm-hmm. The operators that I've talked to on camera and off camera here all talk about pretty much one thing, and that's data. How to use data more effectively, how to understand what's in it so that you can ask the data questions. How is that theme evolving over time in your view in this community?
It's a lot more focus on it because data is just increasing day by day, year by year. It's most folks that deal with data are overwhelmed in every way, and they're looking for technologies to, one, continue collecting more data, but also be able to manage that data and properly disseminate it and have it digestible for the commanders all the way down to the ground level.
And that's the challenge, isn't it? They're collecting more and more data all the time and having to figure out how do we get rid of the stuff or warehouse the stuff that we don't need right away, might need at some future point, and really have close to us the stuff that we may need immediately. Is that one of the biggest things that you think they're up against?
Yeah, I would say so. That's exactly it. I mean, everyone has a cell phone in their pocket, so the amount of data just on your cell phone, not just stored on your cell phone, but on the cloud, it's just overwhelming in so many ways, and it's just a constant struggle. Everyone that deals with it is constantly working longer hours and trying to find the most advanced technology in order for them to efficiently process it and get it in the hands of the people who need it, the decision makers. Are
there common threads among the organizations that you've seen that do that well? Are they doing kind of some of the same things? Are there best practices in this area?
I think there are best practices, and I think it has to do with a lot of automation. Not just artificial intelligence, machine learning, like most folks are talking about, just automating as many things as possible. So we're not burning our operators, our enablers, or the support personnel out. There needs to be automation in almost anything, any kind of process that deals with data.
Is the technology there to provide that automation, or is that something that's kind of still in progress?
It's there, but it's competing with the data overload. Yeah. You know, so like our company in particular deals with cell phones a lot. Cell phones are constantly advancing. For our technology to be successful, we have to reverse engineer what cell phone encryption and security does. So we're always on the edge. The industry is always on the edge of competing with the data overload. So
yeah, how much of this work that the community is doing do you think is oriented offensively? What can we do to the other guy? And how much of it is oriented defensively, how to protect ourselves from what the other guy might try to do to us?
There's a good split. There's a good split, and it's very important to all commanders and decision makers out there to, one, protect our national security, protect our home front first. And SOCOM mostly it's on they're more of the aggressor. They're on the offensive, but there's still those defensive measures within SOCOM. But in all of DoD, it's very, very defensive in a way.
Luke, it's great to talk to you. Thanks for joining.
Great to talk to you,